Okay. Okay, so basically what we're going to talk about today. First, we're going to start off with the hour to empower. And a lot of people have been sending me messages and they want to find out more how they can improve their life and whatnot. So we're going to start off with a little discussion and then we're going to have some questions and answers. First of all, we are in 2026, alright? 2026. You got technology at your fingertips. Nobody has an excuse anymore. So why they're not progressing or why they're not making the money that they want to make. So what's the best way to make money in 2026? That was one of the questions I was asked last week. And guess what? We're in 2026. Like there would have been no other time in the history of mankind that we've been so well connected. The world has been so well connected now through use of internet, social media. There's been no other time. You can't be sitting saying you can't find a way to make money. You know? Obviously we're here now. I've got audience behind me. Why I invited you guys? Because I want to have an interactive session. When people keep talking to the camera, it gets kind of dull. So it's better we just keep it interactive. So you guys got questions. Also, you're going to have a few questions coming in. Adam, he's got some questions ready. I'll throw it my way what the people have asked before and what their live session asks as well. So, 2026, right? We are in the most well-connected era. Like there's never been a time before. Do you agree? There's never been a time before where the world has been so integrated and everything is in your vicinity. If you want to connect with certain people, if you want to connect with a industry or your audience, everything's at your fingertips. So there's no better time than now to start a business. There's no better time than now. Okay. So I'll start off with talking about 5 financial tips, okay? 5 financial tips. So I'm going to list them down, what I wrote before, okay?
Yeah. You can have music in, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, in the background.
Yeah, you can.
What's Drew? Drew can...
The only way to do is by doing. The only way to learn is by doing.
You can go live on both camera.
Yeah.
The front and the back.
Yeah.
Show me.
You see, by doing, you're learning, right?
Yeah.
Without doing, you don't learn. Without not doing the thing we want to do, you don't learn. Right now, you, Mr. Technician, is learning more technical things by doing. If you didn't come on this live right now, you won't know these things, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
You're forced to know it right now because you need to handle the technical parts. Same with anything in life. You want to learn something, you have to do it.
So what are the financial tips?
Alright, 5 financial tips that I think is the most crucial that everybody needs to know. Okay? And now, if you follow these 5 financial tips, you will win and you will be on good terms with money. You will be financially well off over the next 20, 30 years. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take you. Because I don't know your situation or what you're going to go through or the moments in your life or the problems you're going to have in your life over the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Or the pitfalls you're going to have. But what I do know is if you follow these rules, you are going to be in a well-positioned state financially. Okay. Later on in life, you're going to realize that these points are so simple, but most people don't follow them for many different factors. And it's not complicated. All you need to do is follow the steps, and in the next 20, 30 years, you'll realize you have more money than you thought. That's funny.
Username.
Forget about that. We're on more serious things than talking about people's usernames. Welcome, Sharoja. Alright, number 1, you need a budget and a written plan. No one wins accidentally. You don't win accidentally. You need to write down a budget, and you need to stay to that budget so you don't randomly spend. You don't randomly go out and go on a shopping spree when you can't afford it. You need to keep to a budget. That's number one. You need to budget. You need to have a written plan so you don't spend unnecessarily, and you keep things within your budget plan. And then you're spending excessive. People are excessively spending on their credit cards before they even paying their bills. It doesn't make any sense. So you need to, number one, budget and have a written plan. Okay. Number two. Number two.
What watch is that you're wearing?
What watch is that? That is a Casio from 1986. Doesn't matter to you what I'm wearing. The main thing is you need to understand what I'm telling you. Number two is you get out of debt. Welcome, by the way. I'm only playing with you. But I really want everyone here to understand the seriousness and not to be laid back in our financial life so that we can win. I want you to win. I really care that you win. Now, if you don't listen to this and you don't follow it, does it matter to me? No. It's your life. You can do what you want. But I really care that you win. Okay? So number two, you need to get out of debt. You need to get out of debt. Like, your powerful tool right now is the income you're getting right now from your job, from your business, or wherever it is. You're getting income. Okay? But if that income is given away to pay off your debts, that's a huge chunk right there going out every month. Right? If you can figure out a way to get out of debt, then lo and behold, you'll have more money at the end of the month. If you're earning £3,000 a month, but your credit card and your bills and your car payments, £1,000 is going on that, let alone before your bills. That is a huge chunk. And if you can get out of debt, you will see what's left. It's money. You'll have money left over at the end of the month. So you need to stop buying things on credit cards and on high interest and filling the pockets up of the banks while you're struggling. You need to stop doing that. It's stupid decisions. Going and on a limb and going buying a Mercedes for £15,000 on the highest APR possible because you want to look good. But most people buy things because they want to look good. They want to look good for other people. They want other people external validation. They want external validation, but it's not going to help you. As soon as you realize that, you're going to fix your life up. So if you spend your life struggling and paying the banks just for a lifestyle or the way you portray yourself to other people, you are being very stupid. You need to get out of there so that you start saving more. So when you don't need to pay for something at the end of the month, what do you have left? You have money left. When you don't have a loan to pay, you have money left. Okay, it's as simple as that. Let's go to number three now. Number three, you need to live on less than you make. Is that rocket science? Live on less than you make. When you live on less than you make, you're going to have more income and you're going to be able to save that income. Like, if you spend all your money at the end of the month, you don't have any savings left. You are being foolish. You cannot be spending everything you make and not being able to save anything. You're not being a responsible human, man or woman. You need to be responsible. You need to make sure you live on less than you make. Okay, there's no time for you to go out and buy a Mercedes right now if you're only making £2,000-3,000 a month. Even if you saved up £15,000, don't spend it on a car. That's a liability. You're being very foolish. Like, I was driving a Vauxhall Corsa for 6 years, which I bought for £1,400 back in 2011. For 6 years I was driving that. And I was making £10,000-15,000 a month. But I'm driving a Vauxhall Corsa. Why? Because I want my income to surge and the outgoings to be tiny until I'm in a luxury place where I have the luxury to buy luxury items and cars and whatnot. So you need to really live on less than what you make. If you don't earn enough, then you need to find another way to earn. Okay? If you're not earning enough and you're just about paying your bills, paying your rent, paying the gas, and you don't have enough left, you need to find a way to earn more. Right? We're in 2026 now. The world is at your fingertips. Right? We've got the phone. This here can make you good money every month. 20, 30 years ago, This didn't exist on people's fingertip. The social media and the internet wasn't around. This is connecting you to the world. You've got customers there waiting for what you have to serve them with. The service you're providing, the products you're providing. So make sure, if you're not earning enough, then you need to really look at another way of earning more money. That there's no reason for you to be stuck. Like some people are saying, they're stuck in a job, right? Which they don't enjoy. Or they're not making enough money. But no one's telling you to stay there. No one is telling you to stay in that job. Like how many times have you been in a job which you didn't enjoy?
Many times, bro.
When was the last time?
Still.
Even now? Okay.
And it just...
But you realize it, that you don't like it and you're not making enough money. Yeah? And you want to... do you feel stuck?
Yeah. Stuck in the system.
Who's forcing you to stay there?
The bills at the moment.
That's the problem. You're letting the environment control you.
Should control the environment.
Yes, you need to realize you are not stuck. You need to get unstuck. Okay? For you to move forward, you need to take action. Right? There's no reason you need to be stuck in your situation. If you move, then you will get unstuck. If you sit in the same place, you're going to be stuck. Like you need to seek the treasures in the world. You need to be brave. You can't sit in one place and think everything's going to come on your lap, and then you're stuck in a job you don't like, or you're not earning enough, and then you're not making enough, you're not saving enough. You cannot be stuck in that situation, right? Like you have to have faith in God, you know? You have to have faith, like a conviction, unwavering faith in God. People say they have faith in God, but if you have faith in God, you need to realize that job is not feeding you, it's God who's feeding you. And if you're not happy with your situation, you need to move forward and trust that God will take care of you. So if you move, you'll get unstuck. You're not stuck. You need to move. You'll find your momentum. You'll find one way or another. So what did God say? What did God say to us? What did God say to us? Like in the Quran, what did God say to us? When he finished the prayer, go into the land and disperse and look for the bounties that I have given in the world, right? Look for the bounties. When the prayer is finished, disperse through the land and seek the bounty of Allah. Seek the bounty of God. He's put bounty in front of you. And you're saying you're stuck in a job. But He's told you, trust Him and seek the bounty. He will give you. So you are not stuck. If you're stuck in your mind, you need to get out of that mind and keep it moving forward and be courageous. Trust in God and keep moving forward. Like when people say they're stuck, you have to stop accepting your situation. If you're accepting your situation, stop complaining. You can't complain and be stuck. You know, you're either accepting it and you're carrying on your life as you are, unhappy and not making enough, or you keep moving forward. So stop accepting your situation and complaining that you're stuck. So you need to really decide that my life is not good enough right now and I need to make a change. I'm not going to wait for anybody else to make a change. I need to make a change in here and here. I'm not waiting for Keir Starmer and the Labour Party to come save me. I'm not waiting for the government. When has the government ever done anything for you? I'm not waiting for anyone to come and save me. I'm going to make the move. I trust in God and I'm going to make the move. I'm going to take things into my own hands and take the risk. Start that business that you wanted to start. Start going after that job that you wanted to go after. Go to the higher level pay. Whatever it is you want, you need to take the steps towards it. And stop complaining. Complaining eats into your brain, eats into your confidence, into your self-esteem. So, nobody's going to fix your life. No one's coming to rescue you. You need to fix your own life. We're in 2026 now. It's time to man up and fix your life. Alright, step number 4. Okay, this is going to blow your mind. Step number 4 is save money. Right? Wow, save money. But it's a fact. People are not saving money. You need to. You want to invest, but you need to have money. People say they want to invest. They're watching all these videos about investments, different strategies, but they don't have a single saving account. They don't have money in their account. But they're thinking about how to invest. You need to first of all start simple. Start saving. Start saving your money. You know how the rich people get rich? They get rich by saving and then investing it. You save the money so you can invest it into cash flowing assets, into properties, into stocks and bonds and mutual funds. So you need to get off your ass and start making that money and start saving that money. Start taking action. Okay? So you can't invest if you don't have any money, right? But you want to put £100,000 today into a stock which you know is going to give you a 10 times return. But you've got £10 in your book. 10 times return is going to give you £100. Is that going to make a difference to your life? No. So you need to really start saving money. Stop going out and spending on whatever you feel like, desires that you don't need to spend on. Okay. If you don't have any money, you can't make any money. Like the problem with your investment, there's no problem with your investment. Okay? You're looking at which investment to make. You're looking at which ROI, the yield, right? People are looking at what's the best investment, what's the best ROI, what's the best return on my investment. Guess what? You don't have an investment because you don't have money to invest. So you need to start taking action, make more money, save more money, start spending less so you can have more in the pot which you can invest. Right? Simple as that. That's number 4. Like that's the problem. Most people say they want to invest, but they don't have any money to invest. So you need to figure out the simple solution of saving money. Like stop going out and going to a restaurant and spending £70-80 in the weekend, when at the end of the month you don't have any savings. Like you're spending £400 a month on restaurant. End of the month you've got £100 left. Doesn't make any sense. Stop doing those things while you can't afford it and save that money so that pot grows. Then you can put it into a mutual fund or you can put it into a cash flowing asset. You can think about where to invest it. But if you don't have any money, you can't invest it. It's simple as that. So stop sitting around and watching other people invest their money and everyone around you is investing money and they're telling you what to invest in and you're saying yes, you will. But you know every month your account's on zero at the end of the month because you're not making smart moves. You're not making smart decisions. You're eating lunch every day, spending £25 when you're earning £50. So half of your pay is going on lunch. People are doing that. It's mind blowing. Like people are doing that. Do you believe me? Huh? People are actually doing this. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. People are really doing this. They're earning £1,500 a month and they're spending £750 on lunch. Okay, maybe a bit exaggerated, but £750 on lunch and dinner. Right? When they could be on survival mode to save money. Like for a long time in my life, and the close people can attest this to me. They can vouch for me. I was living off eggs and noodles. The cheapest thing you can eat. For a long time in my life. Close to about 7, 8 years, 10 years. Spending no more than maximum £150 a month on eggs and noodles. And I still got my energy and my muscles from it. But you don't need to be living everything that you desire right now and spending all your money. You need to understand the smart people and the rich people, they save their money so they can invest it. The purpose of you saving it, like some people save it and they invest it in a silly way, like they put it into their savings bank account, which is paying them next to nothing on their annual return or their interest payment. There are people who are doing the smart way. They're saving it and they put it into a mutual fund, getting 10% return, 12% return. When it grows, they're buying property, they're buying real estate, and they're putting it into different investments. So don't be stuck. You don't want to be stuck. You want to make money and you want to save money.
Someone's asking for advice. We need the monies.
Sorry?
How did they get more money? More income?
Okay, write that down. Who was that asking?
J17FAA.
J17FA. Okay, write his question down.
Chaffer.
We'll come back to him. Let me finish the list. So I'm talking about the 5 financial tips. Okay? The best 5 financial tips that anyone can give you, that I can give you. Okay? So let's recap that. That's the number 1, budget and a written plan. You can't go into your action plan without a method or a written plan that you're going to stick to. Okay? So you're going to have a budget, monthly or annually, quarterly, whatever it is, you're going to budget and you're going to have a plan for this. You're going to stick to it. You're not going to spend with your emotions. You're not going to go out and splurge whenever you feel like it. So you're going to stick to the plan. That's number 1. Number 2, get out of debt. If you're in debt, you got credit cards, you got loans, you got car payments, Get out of it as soon as you can. Don't get into it if you haven't got it. Like, you don't want to take bad debt. You don't want to take bad liabilities. Number 3, live on less than what you make. Live on way less than what you make. Okay? Try to live on the minimum. If you haven't got any investments yet, live on the minimum. And number 4, simple as that, save money. Save money. If you can make some cutbacks right now, make it. Save money, so that saving deposit you have, the account, it grows. And you will grow, it will compound. You'll grow it, and then you can think about how you can add to it, how you can make more money. Like, and when you have a saving, if you've got £10,000 saved right now, how many of you got at least £5,000 saved right now? I'm sure a few of you at least have £5,000. Some have 10 or 20, even more. So if you've got that chunk of money saved right now, don't, even though you're going to be tempted, especially if you're a young person, don't be tempted to go and look for a car and go buy a nice car because you want to feel nice. It's not time for you to feel nice. It's time to make money. It's no time to feel nice. No time to feel you're going to be happy. You're mentally going to be fantastic because you're driving a Mercedes. Because people are looking at you. Like, who cares what people think? Well, we're teenagers or what? Like, we're in primary school. We don't care what people think about us. We need to care what we are doing, how our life's going to be in the future, how our family going to be in the future, how you're going to take care of your kids. So that's number 4. Save your money. Okay? Spend less, save your money. So finally, once you do all those other steps, number 5, you're going to be generous. Okay? To the people that need it. You're going to give to your favorite charities. You're going to help the people that need help. And you're going to give money to people and the needy people that need it, because you're going to get reward back. God gave you this. He's seeing that the blessings He's given you, you're giving to others. You're blessing others with the blessing God has given you. So you will get that back 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 times. But you cannot be generous with your money if you don't have any money. Right? You cannot go and help your cousin right now who needs £5,000 if you don't have any money. You can't go and help the people in Africa or in Palestine or other countries if you don't have any money. So make that money, and then number 5 is be generous. So you can't fix things in your life unless you've got a plan. So number 5, do more, stop talking about it, be about it, be generous. Okay, number 5 is very important, be generous. People who are not generous, they don't get abundance, because God loves people who gives to others. You know? God is the most generous, and He wants us to be generous. He's made us to be generous, and He's blessed us so we can bless other people. And if you're going to be stingy, you're going to be tight, you're not going to be generous to others, you're going to have a hard way to grow. You're not going to get the maximum rewards and the abundance that He has planned for you. That's number 5. Okay, so number 1, budget. Number 2, get out of debt. Number 3, live on less than what you make. Number 4, save money. And number 5, be generous. Be generous. Help others. Okay, so that's the 5 financial tips everybody should be looking into. Like, you shouldn't be even thinking about it. A big problem of society is that we want to have the nice things without earning it. You know, we have to earn it. If you want to have a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a G-Wagon, that's fantastic. The desire you have is a God-given desire. You should have that desire. But if you're not financially in that place, don't go and get a car loan. Don't go and get car finance, because you're putting yourself into a liability hole without having assets. Buy the assets, let the assets pay for those liabilities. Then you can go and get what you want. All right. So, do you have any questions you had from yesterday, from the Zoom party? What do you say?
Someone asked.
He had his one.
Go on, Brian.
We are in 2026. Okay, let's get back to the question of, is it the brother who asked the question?
Mm.
He asked, how do we make money? How do you make money? First of all, since the beginning of time, there's always been ways of making money. But think of yourself in just 40 years ago. 40 years ago, right? What was it, 1985? In 1985, do you think the people, or if you was your age right now in 1985, you was 20 years old in 1985, do you think even in the UK or wherever in the world, even in a village in Bangladesh or any other country, do you think you have more prospect of being able to make money in 1985 than you are now in 2026? Like 40 years later. It's now. Why? Because we have technology, we have the internet. The internet boom, we have this. In 1985, people didn't have this. A young kid in the village, in a remote village in any country, in 1985, didn't have this. Didn't have a laptop. Internet didn't exist, majority of the time. But now everybody is well connected with this. So if you want to think of how you're going to make money, first of all, start with this. This is keeping you in touch with the world around you. But you are not getting yourself out there. Like, you have a service or you have a quality that somebody else is looking for. But you are not being found. You are not being, you're not making it easy for people to find you. So whatever it may be, you need to figure out, there's a few elements to this. You need to figure out what your passion is. You need to figure out, what does that passion make money? It doesn't matter if you like your passion. You need to make money from it. Like a lot of people, they created a product, but then they're the only one who like that product. But who cares? If nobody's going to buy it, you're not going to make any money from it. You're going to sit with your product. So you have to think about the people around you. What problem do they have? What's the solution to that problem? And how are you going to take that solution to them? How are you going to articulate to them? And then how are you going to systemize that solution? And you can start off small. For example, you live in London. You're 16 years old. You're looking for a way to make money. You're 17, 18, whatever it may be. You don't have any business experience. You don't have much money. What would you do right now? Like, forget about the technology and the phone. What would you do right now if you was a 16, 17-year-old kid looking to make money? Yes, you've got the whole world at your fingertips. But just get outside of your house. Offer services to your neighborhood. Right? Make a leaflet, give it out to the whole neighborhood, to 200 houses that have gardens, and it's winter right now. It's become a forest in their garden. They need to cut it. Right? Somebody will say yes, and then you will become better at it. While you're becoming better at it, that person has told, there's a thing called word of mouth. If it exists, you do a good job, they'll tell someone else. That will pick up. They'll tell someone else. Within 2-3 months, you could have a customer base there and earning extra money. That's a small example. But then you've got the internet with the millions of people in front of you. Find a service, a product, something to sell. Basically, learn sales. You need to learn how to sell. All right, you might have the best product in the world, but if you don't know how to sell, you're not going to make any money from it. So, learn how to sell. Even if you're a computer geek, a technician, learn how to talk to people, how to sell, and you'll be able to profit off this, any service you have. And if you're a young person who don't have any experience, get out there and start going through those hard conversations so that you learn how to be confident, how to sell. All right. So, you had serious questions?
So from Sarah, she's asking, her and her husband are both 29 and 30 years old. They make around 70k a year, but they're in a lot of debt. Credit cards, student loans, finance.
Okay.
So they're always stuck between paying bills, paying interest payments, so they can't save any money. But they want to buy a house in the future. So what would you advise them to do?
Okay, so they are a couple.
Yeah.
And they're making, how much you said?
70k.
70k, yeah. And they have debts?
Yeah, a lot of debts. About 20, 30k.
Okay. First of all, they need to, if they've got 50k of debt and they're earning 70k total, combined, is it combined or is it separately?
Combined, yeah.
So average of like 35,000 each. I don't know what they do for a living, they didn't say?
No,
Okay. They've got a £50,000, roughly £50,000 of debt. Student loans and other debt, right? Did they write how much they're paying right now?
in rent.
No, in monthly, back for the debt. Okay. So what I would advise straight away to them, as a young couple, start attacking that debt. They need to start attacking that debt, or they're going to spiral out of control and it's going to snowball. They need to forget about investing right now, okay? Because you're in a £50,000 debt, and you're only earning £35,000 each. Okay, after you pay your rent, your bills, and you pay a portion of this debt off every month, you're probably on zero. So I would advise you, take it seriously. Don't let this snowball, because if you don't attack the debt right now, in these couple of years, you're going to be in 10 years regretting it, and that's going to snowball, and you're probably going to make other decisions that are going to make this worse. Okay? So first of all, you need to attack it. And how are you going to attack it? You're earning £35,000 each, right? £70,000, let's say. Now, even if you're paying £1,000 towards this debt collectively, it's going to take you about 5 years to pay this debt off. Okay? Because £1,000 per month by 50 months, that's your £50,000 debt paid off. But that's 5 years. In between that, who knows what's going to happen? You might lose your job. You might have other emergencies. You might have family emergencies. You might go into more debt. So to stop this from happening, you need to attack it. And by attacking it, I mean you need to learn something new, learn new skills, a new trade, and start making money from it. So even if you go and learn a trade, and it can put you in front of 10 people a month. For example, was it Sarah you said?
Yeah.
So if Sarah goes and she goes and learns how to do nails, for example, yeah, she does a course for nail technician for women, and it costs her £200-300, £500, even more, and she learns how to do that. Now on the passive income, she can have 5 customers coming in the weekend, right?
Yeah.
2 on a Saturday, 3 on a Sunday. And women love to get their manicures and all these nails done, the eyelashes, on a lower cost level. So if she's doing it as a side hustle, she can charge easily. Let's say, I'm no expert with women's beauty, but £40. Is that alright? £40?
Or,
Is that cheap?
Manicure.
For ladies' nails?
what's it?
£40?
Or just the nails.
Yeah.
It should be like 30.
£30? Hello.
Sorry, very sorry.
It's okay. 30 bobs, you're telling me.
I think with 50 you can get manicure and pedicure in most good places.
Can you turn that light?
With this switch.
Right, outside. Okay. Let's say on average, okay, fine. Hey, that one on the wall, yeah? Straight away in front of you. There we go. Yeah. There we go. We're back in action. Alright. So I'm going to take what you said and we'll make it into £30 per client she has, right? Sarah, you're making £30 per client, okay? They're coming to your house or whatever. You're charging them £30. There's 5 of them coming. 5 of them on the weekend. 5 ladies coming in the weekend. That's £150. I made it £30 because you said so. But I think average probably 40 or 50. But let's go with £30. That's £150 a week. Monthly, that's extra £600. Right? She's making £600 passively now. She throws that into the £1,000 a month they pay for their £50,000 loan. Now they're paying £1,600. Now her husband can do something else similar and throw another £500 or £600. Let's say on average they can double up. Instead of paying £1,000 a month for 50 months, which is 5 years near enough to pay off that loan and still be at risk, now they're paying £2,000 a month. They're attacking it. They're attacking that loan. Okay, now they can finish off that loan within 2 years, let's say 25 months, but 2 years they can attack that loan, finish it off, wrap it up, start saving so they can start building their future. Okay, like we're in 2026 right now. There's no more excuses. There's no excuse that you can't learn something that can earn you a few extra £100 in the weekend or in the month. Are you telling me if Sarah went and she learned something that she can provide a service for, and she went in front of people on TikTok or wherever else, and out of 200 people, I'm talking about every month, if she done 5 TikTok lives, and she went in front of 200 people collectively, at least 2 people bought her item, whatever she's selling, whatever the profit margin may be. But if 2 people bought her item, that's extra money. And then guess what? While she's making that small profit, let's say the product is £50 profit, and she sold it to 2 people, that's £100 a month. While she's doing that, she's getting better. She is actually getting better at presentation, actually getting better at what product she's selling. Actually, she's getting better, and her word of mouth, which is real, as we know, people are telling others. That is going to snowball. So it's not going to stay at, as we calculated, extra £600 a month. She could potentially do double that when her client base grows, when her service gets better. Maybe she does that nail technical things that I was talking about, plus she sells other things. Plus she sells on eBay. Plus her husband sells. They can easily go to £3,000 a month if they really get off their ass and start attacking it.
So what do you think is the main obstacle stopping people from it?
Not getting off their ass and just talking about it. Stop talking about it and make the action. Be about it. You know? Like, millions of people have great ideas. Millions of people are talking about these ideas. But why are not people not making money out of it? Because they don't take the action. They're not taking the action. You need to move with speed. So if they're making £3,000 a month, now they just cut their 2-year calculations. Pretty much, they're going to be able to pay that off within 15 months. And now they're out of that rock, of that 50 grand debt, seeing the light. Now they can start stacking and saving up. Now have a pot that is worth £20,000 now. They put it into an index fund. That compounds. While that compounds, they're saving more, they're learning more, they're making more. Now they got 100 grand saved. They put it into a property. They're getting passive rental income now. They refinance that, get another one, get another. Their business grows. By God's blessings, now they're well off. And 20 years later, you keep doing that for 20 years, you're going to win. But you have to start today. It's a mental mind shift. Like, stop going out and getting beers and margaritas for £20 a pop just because you're trying to drown your sorrows. Or you're going to a restaurant and spending £100 because it makes you feel better. But that £100 could have made you £10,000 later on in your life. Okay, any other questions? So we're going to be on for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll move on.
7:23 now.
Yeah. So another 10 minutes. Anyone got any questions? Throw it over. You can also DM me if you need any assistance. Look, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here because I'm only here because I want you to win. I care that you win. But if you don't care about yourself, or you don't want to take advice from me, I can't control that. But I want you to win. I want you to grab what God has got ready for you. You need to really take the action and seek the bounties in the land. Seek the bounties that God has put for you. Alright? He didn't tell you to come to this world and just be a worker and just sit and be depressed in your life and feeling you're stuck. People message me every day that they're feeling stuck, they're feeling depressed, they're feeling no joy. You need to live with joy. Like, it doesn't matter if you're working man or woman, or you got your own business, or whatever it is you're doing. As long as you're living with joy, you're living happy, you're living as you want. But if you're not happy the way you're living right now, change it. Change it. It's simple as that. And no one's going to change it for you. You need to get off your ass and start changing it. Alright, let's take a few more.
So to invest in a property, what's the one thing that people don't take into account or they miss?
Invest how? Buy it.
Yeah, buy.
They're not taking into consideration of how much they're going to be paying the bank. Like, the bank is your silent partner, your business partner. Like, think about it. If I was your business partner and I'm not doing anything, but I put the funds up, but I'm taking more than 60% of your profit while you're sweating and you're working hard on that property and getting it ready, and you're fighting with the tenants, and the tenants don't pay the rent, and you're getting them out, you're getting the court eviction, but you still have to pay me. You are going to say this is some bad business partnership, right? But people do that every day with the bank. Now, I'm not saying bank debt is wrong or you shouldn't go for it, but I'm saying leverage yourself. Don't go for the cheapest. Like people say, yeah, I can only put 10%. I'm getting £1 million property. Do you know how much they're going to skin you for that? Like leverage yourself. If you can put more, put more. In between that timeline of paying back the mortgage, throw in extra every year. So that little bit extra every year, that month, let's say monthly payments you have is at £1,500. Forget about him. £1,500 a month you're paying over 12 months. That's 18 grand a year. You throw in another £1,500. That compounds. After 10 years, you've shortened the length of your mortgage dramatically. Don't think because it's a long mortgage and you put in the lowest, you're going to win, because the interest rates will kill you. So that's one thing that people don't take seriously. They just want to get onto the ladder, which is fair enough, but there's smarter ways to do it. You need to make more capital. If you need to take a mortgage, I would say you need to leverage it 50-50. That's the safest way. So your equity is in the house 50% at least. You're safe. It's not at 10%. If the interest rate goes up, you're on red. So that's one of the things, yes. Anything else? Any other questions? See, like a lot of people are, of course, my Muslim people out there fasting right now and had iftar. Please slow down on your carbs, because I've got audience here and some of them ate too much rice right now for iftar, and their glucose index has gone through the roof. Stay with me. Drink some coffee.
How did the pandemic change the finance industry?
Had the pandemic? That is a very broad question, a very interesting one, and there is a geopolitical metric to it. Right? But the financial industry was changed, of course, with the COVID hit in 2020. Everything crashed. At that time, the interest rates went below, way below, what it is right now. So at that time was a good time to invest, but it didn't change it for the permanent structure. It just had that effect for between 2020, 21, 22, and then it came back again. But if you had cash sitting and you invested like I did, and you took advantage of the situation, you'd made a lot of money. So you have to keep a pot of cash saved for any kind of market crashes or global pandemics, which is rare, but it can happen. So, you don't want to finish up those yesterday's ones?
What's the best way to invest in the UK? What would you say?
That is a broad question, because you can invest it depends first of all on how much you have. You can invest money. If you have £1,000 right now, the best investment you can make, it's gonna pay you more than any other investment. Invest in yourself. Go buy books, go learn, go join a course or something, that's gonna pay you back. Learn a trade. But if you've got £100,000 to invest right now, you need to learn about ownership. You need to learn about limited company structures, how to own properties with a limited company. Because like right now, the government is trying to squeeze everybody, right? The taxes and whatnot is crushing businesses and landlords and whatnot. You do not want to buy a property in your personal name. That's the old days are gone. Like your parents and whatnot bought property under their own name. That's gone now, because the taxes are too heavy. And people need to learn how to structure their property purchase through a company, limited company, and then how to structure that so that you save on taxes. You pay little to no taxes legally. You save on other costs and expenses. And every year you can offset, so you pay less taxes. You don't pay any inheritance tax. If you buy a property under your own name and you pass it on to your children, they're going to pay nearly 50% inheritance tax. You don't need to pay that if you structure it correctly, right? And there's a whole lot of other legal basis you need to learn. Okay.
So what's the cost? Unaccepted.
So what's the cost?
Let's have a look. Go on, put it on. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. I think the mic is low, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You have a good evening. Enjoying yourself? You're having iftar party. Okay. All right. How are you? You okay?
Left.
Is there someone still there?
No, they're left.
Right. All right. So throw me one more question. Everybody who's watching, I hope you have a great evening, and really live with joy. Be happy. Throw me one more question, and we're gonna go. Okay. You had a whole list of questions you downloaded yesterday. Like there's been all week people have been sending messages, and now he's stuck. It's the glucose.
What's the easiest way to keep focus without getting distracted by worldly things?
You need to really cut out all the noise, basically. If you want to stay focused, you need to put your timetable into compartments. You know, put your timetable. Like you wake up at 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. You're going to focus on yourself, on your own health, on your well-being. From 10 to 2, you're going to focus on your work, what makes you money. Yeah, you're going to compartmentalize it. You're going to finish work, you can come home, you're going to have dinner, and then after 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. you're going to focus. Like everybody has time. Everybody's also busy. Like you go home after a long day at work, you see your kids and you eat. After 8 o'clock, what are you doing? Like you sit, what's that?
That's someone's question.
Yeah, hold on, I'm answering the question right now. You 8 o'clock, you go home, you're spending time on Netflix. Spending time with sitting on the couch watching TV. But if you spend between 8 o'clock and 12 a.m. fully focused work, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 hours a day. 5 days a week. I'm not even saying 7 days a week. 5 days a week, right? That's 20 hours a week. 80 hours a month. Nearly 1,000 hours in a year. You focus on your side hustle or whatever else you're focusing on. How can you not get better? How can you lose? So really prioritize your time. Check what you're doing and delete those distractions, the white noise. Delete them. Okay. So, any other questions? How do you make money from rental properties that you don't own? Mr. Shaf, that's a great question. There is a lot of different strategies you can use to make money from property you don't own. Okay? You've got rent to rent, you've got rent to service accommodation, you've got rent to council, you got so many different ways. It's not about owning the property, it's about controlling it. Okay? Think about it like this. If you own a property, you bought one property, you put capital down, it's going to take you time until you can buy another one. But if you can control properties, you can have the same benefits and the profits, but you can scale quicker. If you think about Uber, they're the biggest taxi service, but they don't own a single taxi, right? Like, because they are controlling and leveraging the situation. They are not owning the actual cars. Same way in properties, you don't need to own the property to be able to maximize and take advantage of the situation. You just have to leverage it. You rent low, and then you re-rent it for higher. So you take a property on for £1,000 a month, you put it on Airbnb, you make £2,000 a month. You pay the bills, you got £500 profit left. You scale that into 10 properties, that's £5,000 a month. You scale that again 10 times, it's 50 grand a month. You know, but management is key. Controlling it and managing it, and be able to have a cash flow. So you have to start off small, make sure your cash flow is heavy and healthy. So there's many different strategies. If you want to learn more, send me a DM. I'll be happy to talk to you one-on-one.